Scrumptious Pop-Tart. What's going to happen to Bitcoin at the end of August? I've been hearing talk that there are some full moons coming out. Some asteroids are going to collide. I've been hearing talks that September is one of the worst months in crypto. It should be banned from the year. It's actually true. But look at the chart right now. This is the Bitcoin weekly chart. Yes, a lot of the prices are down. The mood is down. It is depressing. We have to look forward. And I can go back in history and show you what have we done in similar times like now. So it really does make me wonder if we are going to repeat the Mt. Gox Ponzi cycle for Bitcoin. Why? Well, out of the 3 Bitcoin cycles, 2 of them witnessed 2 red months in a row max. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the chart right now. And this is the Bitcoin chart here. You see, this is 2016. There were 2 red months, and the red months were July and then August. And funnily enough, this was one of the only good Septembers. That was because August was pretty poop, really poop like we have now. September was green, and then we started going up. But this is around the Bitcoin halvening. If we go back before that, what happened? August was deep red. It was a poopy, and then we started recovering. So it's something to think about when it comes to the US summer. So that's a period where we only had 2 red monthly candles. Now we also, if we go back in time, we can see it again. But because the volume and liquidity was much earlier in the days of Bitcoin here, it's much smaller. So it's barely, they're just dojiing around. So that's 2 times where basically 2 red monthly candles is all you got. This is what happened in 2019. In 2019, we had 3 red monthly candles here, a green, and then 2 again. But I can tell you now, I was here, and during this period, we had full-blown euphoria. Absolute euphoria. There was the plus token Ponzi. People were earning yield in China on $1 billion. Everyone got scammed. I specifically remember there were YouTube influencers who were popping champagne. They were drinking on stream. They were saying, congratulations, you made it. We're finally out of the bear market. They were saying this, okay? There was everybody was clapping and cheering and all these videos. I did not see that whatsoever here. I did not see that. We got happy that Bitcoin had recovered and then another one. But look at this. We've been going sideways for a long time. Remember, these are monthly candles, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months sideways. Not going anywhere. So this was the difference. If we went to, I reckon if we went to $40,000 to 45, that's when everybody would have been popping the champagne saying the bear market's over, the bear market's over, and they'd be calling for 60K next. So if you get that euphoria, you got to pay for your sins. So if you're familiar with the calendar, you will recognize that after August is a month called Rektember. Rektember, the average is down -8%. Let's have a look at the data here. You see this column? See this column right here? That is what we're going to be looking at. All of them are bad. You know what's interesting, friends? I might make a poll. We have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Septembers in a row red. 6. Wow. Do you think we're going to have another one? It feels like we're going to have another one. That might mean that someone's going to surprise us. It'd be funny if it finishes plus 1%. So 6 in a row, man. It really is a scam curse month. Every year, never trust September. And how is everybody positioned? This is very interesting. When you look at a chart, and I show you these charts, I can show you my trends. My trends are beautiful, very simple. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what we think, okay? The next big move depends on people's positioning. That's what drives markets. How are people positioned? Are the retailers who don't control the future, are they positioned for things going up or things going down? And you might ask, well, if it was that easy, how can we go just survey everybody and ask? Yeah, it's not that easy, because sometimes there are unforeseen shocks that even surprise the big whales. For example, you might have an S&P 500 poopy poop town. That's what might happen. So there are different types of events that come out that can shock each other. But on average, if you spin the wheel 1,000 times and you keep betting on the people who control the future, you're obviously going to get it right. You're going to get it right a lot more times. But what about the margin traders? What are they saying? So this is one way to feel, to see with data, what are people actually positioned for now. So this is a chart. You can go type in crypto funding rates into Google and have a look. Now, these are different coins. They're not just Bitcoin or Ethereum, but I find it interesting that the lowest funding rate, so compare this is highest, this is lowest. Look at this huge difference, all right? This is 10x bigger than this one. So basically, the biggest short position is 10 times more expensive than the biggest long position. I know they're different coins, but that's another way to think about it, because these guys are only playing 0.12% every 8 hours or whenever it's done, and these guys are paying minus 1.2% just to be low, just to be short. That means if you're long, you get paid here. So this is something I think is cool to interpret, because you want to see, wow, how aggressive are longs and shorts on average? Man, this is clobber town, friends. There's a lot more to see. And I've got a website here, coinglass.com/funding rate. And you can find it on Google as well. Notice the greens everywhere. So, that's what you want to look at. Don't look at anything specifically, but just glance over how much green text there is. The greens mean it's profitable to be long. It means it's very cheap to borrow. So green means it's cheap, right? And this is an indication that a lot of people are short. And you can see the coins here on the left. You see Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, BNB, all these coins, man. It's nuts. It's all that. I'm scrolling down. Wow. Everybody's stacked short. Now, doesn't mean we just go up in a straight line. No, but it just shows you who has to unwind more. That's what it means. It means if the market starts going up a bit, all these people who are paying a lot of money short, they're going to be like, oh man, I'm losing so much money just holding this position. I've got to get out. And they realize that all the weak hands are on there. This is it's something to think about. At the extremes of bottoms, you see big negative rates, because everybody wants to be short. Everybody has been short, etc., etc. And I'd like to talk about PEPE today as well, friends. Something interesting happened with PEPE. So $15 million was taken out of PEPE's multi-sig founder's wallet and sent to all major exchanges. So I wasn't even aware of this. I did not know that there was a group of insiders who were actually behind PEPE. I thought PEPE was start by the people for the people as a random coin, but it turns out it actually wasn't. You know what's funny? At the start, when PEPE was going up, so I'm going to show you the chart here. When it was going up, if you said there was a multi-sig, there's the insiders, people went lunatics. They became lunatics, literally. They said, FUD! Disaster, liar, heathen. That's what they were yelling, because if you just said that, right? But it was true. It was true. So right now, no one's arguing with it, because unfortunately what they did was they sent 62% of their whole supply. That's a lot. Okay, so look, Binance received a lot of the PEPE coins, and they sent others as well. So I've got the post here from shout out to Mr. ASXN. So he showed it 1 hour ago, right? Multi-sig wallet changed the amount of signatures that are needed to do a move, basically, from 5 out of 8 required to only 2 out of 8. So it's crazy. What also happened, look at this, you can see right here, 8 million sent to OKEx, 6 million to Binance, and then Bybit, and then another unknown exchange, unknown wallet. So that's 10.4 million still remains in their wallet. And as soon as they did it, kaboosh, they sold. And this is the PEPE chart right here. Bang, it just immediately started slapping down. I have the full chart here, and I am still weighty with everybody else. A lot of these things, I know, friends, we see a strong community, we see energy, we see buzz, we see activity, and then we think that translates to the number go up, but it doesn't. It depends on how everybody is positioned. Being positioned is everything. We can even see in the Pulse Chain ecosystem, there were scub some human filth whales. They were positioned to get out for a 10x and then dump on everybody. But now what are we seeing? We're seeing them take losses. So good on them. Yeah, this pain sucks and I wanted to go up, but you want to get rid of them. So in PEPE, for example, right now it's only down 78% from the top. If you know anything about crypto, you'll know minus 78% is unfortunately just the start of the pain. My gosh. We'd kill to only be down 78%. Are you serious? For something that went up 300,000x in less than a month, if this thing went back down 95% all the way back to this little order block here, no one would be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm like, okay, you're down 96%. Yeah, so literally everything else. That's why I have this red box here. So I want to wait and see what happens there. Is there a big community behind it? You know, what I don't like is the meme coins, friends. It's very hard to trust anybody to stay committed because they make a coin, they make their money, the insiders make money, and then as soon as it's done, they move to something else. They would always constantly rather go to new things. They're constantly rinsing retail. It's very sad, very unfortunate, but it is what it is. I also have an interesting comment here from Planet Street saying king of memes is greater than bear market dumping. Yes, look, I want you to know this type of talk. So he's got his other talk here. PEPE has some serious meme-evity thanks to Matt Fury. So he's the founder of the comic, right? It'd be surprising if that doesn't outlast some temporary price action, bear market dumping when retailer flows return. See, this is, if you're listening, Planet Street, God bless you. I'm just saying, not saying this to be an idiot, or to be like a joke or anything. This is these are the words of a dead man walking and a dead man talking. If a dead man could walk and talk, this is exactly what they would say. I'm not kidding. I've seen this so many times. Strong community. You basically, this is another way to say this time is different. That's another way to say it. So this one's the one. This is the community. This is the greatest. It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter what it is. I mean, how many times, I know you're a pumpkin and I know you're a cutie pie, but how many times, for example, we had Chainlink CCIP, literally, you know, Chainlink CCIP makes Polkadot irrelevant immediately. You don't even need Polkadot anymore. The whole system of Polkadot goes to zero now because Chainlink bridging exists. Why do you need to connect all these other chains through Polkadot now that Chainlink exists with the bug eater? See you later. They released CCIP, okay? So even this update was not enough to resurrect it out of a bear market. It wasn't. Why? It's because we're all linked psychologically. We're all interlinked, intertwined with the Bitcoin sentiment, the cycles, the cosmos, unicorn, fairy dust, and everything in between. It's not about this time is different. Yeah, we all think, hey, what's going to be the community that goes up the most? We don't know, man. We don't know. But at the end of the day, you got to be real with yourself. How many times have you seen a coin go up that much and not drop minus 90%? Minus 90 is just a start, right? Just a start. That's why, you know, when it gets down here, if it gets to minus 90%, I'm still not buying. You know why? Because if you buy at minus 90%, if it goes down, this is funny, right? On the chart sign, if you buy minus 90%, you know it's going to hit minus 95%. And if you got in at minus 90%, you've still lost half your money. You haven't really lost, you got to hold, but you're like, man, I don't even really believe in this, and now I'm buying the dip with all the other copers, and now they're just dumping on me. Now, you just got to sit through the time, but it's important to be real and think about this. A lot of people believed that, you know, PEPE's going to go and do this higher low stuff and go up, but you got to be real with yourself about this. That's why people run to the wrong things. People run to strength. Why? Because you hear about those three dudes on Twitter with all the influencers saying, yeah, you got to buy the new stuff, got to buy the winning stuff. What they don't tell you is that they're subhuman filthy trash themselves, and half of their edge is just shilling to the audience. That's literally not even half. It's 95% of their edge is shilling to the audience and shilling to their groups. That's what happens. There's people with bigger size, 10K, 20K clips. They're following these bigger guys. That's half their edge, but they will never admit that because it bruises the ego. And then all the retailers are jumping in at the end, getting destroyed. Because the retailers are all in a circle and everyone's looking at each other like, wow, look at all of us joining hands. We are so great. This is different. This is exactly PEPE. But go check the biggest wallets. I have 14 million. They've been dumping, 2 million dumping. Not just the multi-sig of the founders, like the actual insiders, okay? These people prey on retailers joining together because the retailers come in after them. So is this time different? I mean, I hope this time is different. I would love PEPE to just keep going up to the top, but you got to be real about when it comes to situations like this. And, you know, it doesn't have to go minus 90%. And we're happy for, like, anything can happen, really. But you really got to be careful about the things you're looking for and what gives you more conviction. And with that, friends, make sure you like, subscribe, bell button on. I'm going to catch you in the next one.